All right, guys, we are back for some Champions League action, guys. Champions League action. And wow, guys, we got some craziness, guys. This is the beautiful thing about this week, guys. This week is the week of upsets. We had Benfica, we had Villarreal, we had Atletico Madrid. Guys, who would have thought there would be three upsets? I know it's debatable to say Atletico Madrid and maybe Villarreal is debatable, but certainly the Benfica one's an upset, right? And so, like I said, guys, some craziness in the Champions League. Craziness. Yeah. So, yeah, man, craziness indeed. So, like I said, guys, if you guys want to come on here, you're more than welcome to. I'll be sending the link to you on your DMs if you want to come on here. Like I said, just come on here and you'll be there. There indeed. So let's go ahead and get started, shall we? Okay. So let me see the chats. Let's just wait for a few minutes for people to come in and out, you know, and yeah. So let me see. All right, guys. So we just have someone else that's about to come on here. Um, so let me, yeah. So like I said, guys, let's go ahead and discuss about today. Let me just give you guys my quick thoughts on today's game, real quickly. Actually, let's discuss about yesterday's games first. And so my guest should be coming on here soon, hopefully. And let me share the screen of the foot mob, the Champions League, of course. And of course, guys, later today, guys, I will try to maybe squeeze a mock draw in, or maybe do that early Thursday. I don't know, but yeah, I'll try to do like a mock draw and dream draw. But remember, guys, we're gonna have a bracket. We will have a bracket, guys. That's gonna make things very interesting. So let's go ahead and talk about the Champions League round of 16 matches. Here we are. Okay, so we have my guest here.
We are living the yellow submarines. We got the win. La Liga lives, 80. La Liga lives.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, very very interesting. So I'll let you. So I already given my thoughts on yesterday's matches, so I'll let you start first. Let's
What are we gonna start with?
let's start with Ajax Benfica, real quick. Let's just get
Oh
this out of the
shoot!
way.
I didn't watch none of those games because my internet shut down. The Ajax
Yeah,
Benfica.
I was wondering. It's like where I didn't see you on Discord. I was like wondering where were you?
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, dang, that's unfortunate. Well, let me ask you this: as you didn't watch the game, so you can't really discuss.
Mhm.
Are you surprised? Let me ask you that actually.
Oh yes, I'm very surprised that Ajax went out because I had them as dark horses. They started the group stages perfectly and getting win after win. And Benfica were doing so horrible in their league. They weren't on a good. They weren't fully confident going into their away game. And from what I see from the results, it's very disappointing from Ajax. I'm starting to. I'm really, really starting to question the Eredivisie league. I'm starting to question Ajax itself if their players that they sell has the quality that they actually show. I'm sorry to really doubt it. So it's quite a shocking result for them. Even Ten Hag, there's a lot of question towards him. Like, why isn't he? Like, I know a lot of teams come and buy off players from Ajax, but still, like, you should have at least beaten Benfica. You know, but
Yeah,
no, this is a weird thing about football. You can't write any team off just yet.
yeah, yeah. Let me tell you this. I don't know why, but this is what I feel. I feel Ajax is so much better as underdogs. If that makes any sense. Like when they're like treated as like the favorite, I feel they just choke. And I look at look at last year, right? I mean that season in the Champions League where they made all the way semifinals. They were the favorites against Spurs, I believe, at that time because all of us were surprised how good they were. You know, and they were the underdogs against Real Madrid and what is it? I think Juventus, right? But when it came into like the actual time for them to deliver, they underperformed. So you know, it's really it's really like that in a way that I feel like for me, they just thrive to be the underdogs. And Benfica, man, like I said, Benfica's a good team, man. Benfica's a good team. When me and you know what Benfica did to us, you know, they battered us, unfortunately, you know, and I think the thing about Benfica is that I think they're defensively solid. Defensively, they're very, very solid. They're very solid, you know, and I just think that for me, you know, Virchimios, that Greek goalkeeper is very, very good. He's a very good goalkeeper, and you know who else? Otamendi's a very good defender as well. And this Benfica team, like it's a good team, man. You have Darwin Nunez as well, you know, and I just
Yeah,
think that for me, Ben.
I wanted to speak about Darwin Nunes. Like, bro, do you rate him as a striker? Like,
Um, it's hard to say because I don't think he's a. I haven't. I'm not gonna say he's a bad, but I'm not gonna say he's good because I still haven't seen him. Because the thing about this is I want to see how you do outside your league because that for me is what really makes you a good player, right? Because yes, you could perform in your Liga NOS and do very well, but if you don't perform well outside the league, it doesn't really show. It shows how limited you are, in my opinion. And so I want to see how he does for Uruguay. You know, those World Cup and the actual World Cup, right? Or even these qualifiers. Like he could be the difference maker for them to qualify, right? And because I just think that for me, Uruguay, for me, I think for me, he's a good player, but I'm still not sure how good he is. Like, I don't know if he's that guy, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know if I would put him in like the tier of like best
bro,
strikers
and
of
to
all
be
time.
honest, I really liked his performance against us. I know it was under Koeman and we were poor, but I really like what he had in his Arsenal and in his yeah, he showed quality in my opinion. People call him a step over merchant, but I don't really think he's that bad. I think he's a really good striker, and he's just I think he's 22, I think. So yeah, for me, Ajax, man, I really like Ajax as a football club. I love their football, but yeah, at the end of the day, like they have to do better, man. They have to. These are the teams that should be beating, to be honest, because they dominate their league.
Yeah. So yeah, it's very interesting. So yeah, Grimaldo, I'd say was, yeah, he was really good. I mean, yeah. One person, Bernard, you're right. We definitely should talk about Grimaldo. He was really good on the day. One of their best players in particular. And actually, I think Barcelona have been linked to Grimaldo. Although I don't really think we're going to go for Grimaldo anymore. I think we have kind of stopped the negotiations. But he is a quality player. You know, obviously he's a former Barcelona player, by the way, for those that didn't know. And I just think that for me, he's a good player, man. Very good player. And for Benfica, like I said, defensively, I thought they were very solid. And for I think for Ajax, I think it shows their limitations, right? Because let's be real, right? On the group stage, they were fantastic, right? But let's be really frank here. Were they really challenged in the group stage? Like, let's be real here. I'm not trying to diminish what Ajax did, but were they really challenged? Because in my personal opinion, they weren't challenged. You know, and it seems like to me, like when they actually had a tough challenge, they kind of struggled here. And so it shows how it's all about matchups because I think all of us can agree that Ajax have so much of a better team than Benfica. But for me, matchups is very key, and that's what something that I feel like people don't understand is that teams can match up well against another team, even if you have so much the better players. It's all about matchups in particular. What do you think about that? Do you agree with my point?
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Like, and it is what it is. I guess I overhyped them a bit, to be honest. Perhaps they're not as
Yeah.
good as everybody think it is. They are. Mazraoui. I'm hoping that he's not another M10 Hog product. Like after he leaves Ajax, he's no longer as good as he is in the Eredivisie. Like I'm telling you this, F80. Like I'm starting to be very doubtful signing players from Ajax. Like like
Yeah,
sometimes I feel like there's something about the Ajax players that I just don't like. You saw the mistakes that Matthias De Ligt did today against Villarreal. Like it
Yeah,
was
we'll speak about
insane.
that in a bit. Yeah, and De Jong has still people have still criticized De Jong and still say he's like not that good, and that Lorente is clear, Valverde is clear. I keep hearing a lot of stuff about De Jong. He's still not really shown, and Dest is kind of well. Actually, to be fair, Dest recently has been good, but like most of his time at Barca, people have criticized him, and so these a lot of these Ajax players have received criticism, and when they moved outside Ajax, I've noticed, so. It's interesting. I still think is a. I still think that they're decent players. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think I don't know if how good they are. That's the real thing. And I think when they move outside Ajax, they really are properly like challenged. If that makes any sense, like you don't. They actually have like a real test. So yeah. That's pretty much about it for this match. I don't think there's. Is there any much more we should talk about this? I don't think there's really much more. Darwin Núñez scored the header assisted by Grimaldo from a set piece. And Onana, man, it was very, very poor for that goal. Did not do a good job. I heard he was not good. And overall, I just think that for um I just think that for Ajax in particular, it's just I just think they have a very good team. But another problem I also think about Ajax is that they don't really have a plan B. Like I feel like for me, Ten Hag, he made his substitutions too late, like the 81st and 90th minute. Like seriously, like come on, like why do you make it so late? Like I'm just saying is that like it's very late and like and it shows how like Ten Hag. I think he's a good manager, but I don't know how good he is because like I said, I feel like he doesn't have a
Yeah, bro.
plan B
Like
when plan A isn't
as a
working.
manager, your substitutions are key. Like if you can make substitutions to change your outcome every game, you're lacking in quality as a manager. Like like one of the things I like Xavi is that he makes substitution much more earlier, depending on the situation. If something's not working out. But
Yeah. I really agree with this comment. Ten Hag is all about attack. That is very true. I feel like this Ajax team is just all about attack. And if this attack thing doesn't work, they just like give up. Like there's not like they can't like do anything about it. And what's really weird? Ajax are just not good at home. I don't know why, but when it comes to home games in the Champions League, crucial games, they always flop. I mean, look at this season, right? They played against Benfica, lost at home. Atalanta, they lost to at home. They lost to Valencia at home. They lost to Spurs at home. They lost to Real Madrid. They drew with Juventus. I don't remember the last time they won like a knockout game in the Champions League at home. Like it's probably been a long time, and I just think that for Ajax, man, it's just really weird. Like their home form, I feel like is very, very weird. It's a very weird in my opinion. I'm not really sure why it's like that. Yeah, and by the way, um,
let's go.
yeah,
All right. So I think that's all we covered so far for Ajax and Benfica. Like, there's not much to say about them, but
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Let me just go a little bit further. Um, let's see what else I want to say. I want to say, yeah, I feel like maybe this Ajax team doesn't have enough experience. Maybe there's like too many youngsters in this team. That also might be another problem. Do you think that's a problem? This is the final thing I want to address, and then we can move on to the next game.
I don't really think that it's a youngster issue. Like we have a lot of youngsters in our squad, and we don't have much like major issues. Like the main issue for Ajax is just Ten Hag like he doesn't change his tactics. Like he's very predictable, with his philosophy and the way he plays. Like he never wants to switch things up, give it a different formation, or for me, like Benfica being a how you name counter-attacking team, very defensive. That's actually helps them, like perhaps that game against Ajax, were their best performance. I know they must have gave them a lot of problems, and with Ten Hag, I've seen Ten Hag be very stubborn with his tactics. So yeah, that
Yeah,
I don't think it's the players. It's more of the manager failing
Mm, I
the way
mean,
they practical ball.
hmm. Yeah, you might be right in the sense. Maybe I'm a bit overreacting here, but I still think there might be yeah, actually, to be fair, it's kind of harsh to blame the players. Maybe like some players in particular, like the inexperience. But I do believe more of the issues are in the manager and how, because I do agree with you. He's very stubborn, and we saw how in this game he made very late substitutions, like literally the last 10 minutes, and you can't really make an impact with like the last 10 minutes, right? It's very difficult. You don't have enough time to really make an impact, and it shows how this limitations to him, and there's been a lot of reports saying that he should go to Manchester United and become the manager there. And I'll be real with you, I don't think Manchester United should go for him. I really personally don't think I don't think he suits their team. I don't think he suits the philosophy, and
Like
I don't
if
know.
that I tell you, like if Ten Hag goes to United, then he's gonna waste his time, to be honest. Like because he plays pressing, high intensity, high line football. That's pretty similar to what Rangnick is trying to do with his players in United, and you can tell that those players at United though they do not have the legs to perform like that. The other players are quite overrated, and they
Yeah,
don't have much ambition. So if United really wants to build a new sporting project, they need to completely rebuild their entire squad. They need to get rid of literally almost all their players and just focus on young technical players, players that are good on the ball, and that's up to them though. But knowing United, I don't think they're probably gonna get Ten Hag, expecting him to make United play as good as Ajax, but in reality, it's not gonna work. And I hope that Ten Hag is intelligent enough to not accept any offers from Manchester United or a PSG. You know,
yeah. It's interesting you bring that up because I do agree in the sense that we're about to talk about United soon, by the way. So I don't want to speak too much about this because we're about to like talk about them soon. But getting specifically talk about from Ten Hag's point of view, I just don't really think. Yeah, like you said, like it's very similar. Like, I feel like Ten Hag, Ralph Ragnick have very similar like principles. It's just that one is like an actual manager, whereas Ralph is not really a manager, right? He's more like a sporting director, kind of like the assistant guy. He's not really the main guy. That's like the only difference I would say, because the rest I would say is pretty much similar. And and I just feel like for me, United, if they do get him, I don't know if he'd, like I said, be the right guy, because like I said, he's very much all about attacking. And and I feel like for Ajax are not really. Ajax is really known for possession based and like gegenpress and attacking football. They're not really known for counterattack. And I feel like United, at the very best, at least what worked for them for a lot was counterattacking. And I just don't really think he has that principle to counterattack. But that's just my opinion. So, like I said, I think we discussed enough about this match. Disappointment for Ajax. And like I said, for Ajax, I just think it shows that the group stage, like I said earlier, I don't think they were properly challenged the group stage. And I think people overhyped them. And I just think that for me, the group stage was more of like papering over the cracks, if that makes any sense, because they were so good in the group stage. Don't worry, they were amazing. But like I said, all those teams like Besiktas, Dortmund, Sporting have bad defenses, you know. So,
yeah,
uh, yeah, and Benfica doesn't, right? I think people don't. I feel like people don't really understand. I feel like people underestimate Benfica's defense, because let's be real, Benfica put out a great performance in group stage. They. I know they lost 4-0 to Bayern, but they kept Bayern goalless to 70 minutes, and and that's really impressive, you know. And so, I think the thing about teams is that they have to score that first goal, and if they score that first goal late on, then I think it's done for them. But it's just about getting that first goal, because for me, I think getting that first goal is such a challenge, and we saw how they kept clean sheets both home and away against Barca, which is very impressive. I know this Barca team is really not the same as it used to be, but still, it's very impressive. So that you got to give them that.
we should have beaten them at the Camp Nou, to be honest. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but Benfica, bro, they're going far. They're going far. Respect to them.
Yeah, cool. You could also argue that they should have also scored too. That last minute, remember that last minute chance?
Ah, it is what it is.
Yeah. But
Yeah, but I think
it's great.
we had the better chances because Memphis Depay missed like two key open chances. We should
Yeah.
have
Do you
won.
do you remember? Do you remember Yusuf Demir's chance? That was a really close.
Ooh, that was curling in. If had he scored that, we freaking pay his 10 million release clause.
Yeah. It's
Nah,
crazy. Yeah. But at the end of the day, in a weird way, I'm not saying I'm happy, but in a weird way, it's actually kind of good that we. I don't want to say it's kind of good, but like I'm trying to figure the right words. In a way, I think it was both good and bad. Obviously, it's bad because it looks bad, but in a weird way, I think it was also good because it gave us a reality check, and I think it showed our limitations, right? Because let's be real, if we had to make it through, we probably, I think we get smashed around 16.
Uh-huh. It would have been
So,
hilarious if we got Bayern again in the round of 16.
that wasn't possible. That wasn't possible because we were in the same group as them.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I forgot that rule. All right, let's
Yeah,
let's go to another topic. I actually
yeah,
watched today. I watched a replay for United versus Atletico Madrid.
yeah. Let's talk about this one. So this is the one that everyone was talking about, and I'll let you go first because I already spoke. I already did a video on my channel about the reviews, so you can speak first on this one.
For me, like one of my favorite players in this performance was Rodrigo De Paul. Like he was there everywhere. For me, he was one of the best players on the pitch. I heard a lot of people giving praise to João Felix, but for me, he didn't have a master class. He didn't have not an insane performance. He was good, but he was the standout player. Griezmann as well. His awareness, his passing. And I told a lot of United fans that going into this game, Atletico Madrid started to pick up form. They started to play well, and Simeone found a way to fix their defensive issues that they started with this season. And bro, as I watch a game, like United has some interesting attack. They made a couple of chances. Alanga, how the kid named the youngster Alanga. I forget his name.
I think it's
They
Elonga.
yeah
Wait,
him yeah
yeah,
the
yeah.
youngster. He was causing them a lot of ton of problem. Fred, for the first time I saw Fred actually perform well and there is some skills. He did well as well. Ronaldo, this has to be like one of his worst performances I've ever seen. You know, like, but I don't really gonna put much blame onto him because like United, they lack creativity. Their midfield is not as good. I think Pogba. I know he scored in the World Cup final, but I think he's the most overrated midfielder I've seen. Like he's ineffective. He offers nothing. Then you got Maguire. I think there's a conversation between who's the worst defender between him and Lenglet. But I actually believe that Lenglet is better than Maguire right now. Like, but yeah, but at the end of the day, Atletico Madrid, shout out to João Felix giving that back heel pass to Griezmann. Griezmann crossing the ball, to a perfect header to what's the guy name? Can't pronounce his name.
Griezmann.
No, Griezmann, not Griezmann. The guy that scored. What's his name?
Oh no, no, like Griezmann got the assist. He put
Yeah,
the
he got
cross,
it.
and then
Yeah,
then
then
Lodi got the goal.
Lodi. Yeah, he got the goal. And bro, it was after that. It's just pure Atletico Madrid and how they play. Just park the bus and hold on to the lead. I respect Atletico Madrid for doing that. Like, but at least they weren't fully parking the bus this game. Like they were really offensive. You know, the counter attacks were so dangerous. United didn't know how to deal with it. You could tell from Simeone that he enjoyed every second of this win. But it is what it is. Atletico Madrid goes through, United is out, and there's a long way for United to go. They need a miracle. Like if their owners really want their club to succeed in Europe, they need to rebuild. They need better players because no one in that squad is good enough to wear that Manchester United shirt. None, not even, except for like maybe Jadon Sancho Varane. Well, everybody else they're not good enough to wear that Manchester United shirt. And it's sad that this historic club like this has fallen so low. But it is what it is. This is one of my biggest fear in football, like having owners like that running their club. And
Yeah,
it
we
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's a Ten Hag, Conte, or who else. Give me another manager. Uh, who else you think is free? Valverde. It doesn't matter who it is. Like they're not gonna fix the situation. Like they need to get rid of every single player they have. that is like a liability to them, you know. And it is what it is for United. It's they're gonna continue suffering because of their incompetent board that they have, you know. Ah man, it's no, it's sad. It's sad for United. But
Yeah,
shout out to Atletico Madrid. Like I do not like Simeone and his tactics, but at least it gets him the win, and it is what it is. That's how they prefer to play their football. But yeah, congrats to Simeone and Atletico Madrid.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I do congratulate them. And like you said earlier, for United, they're just this team is in complete disarray. And it's interesting because we were talking about PSG last week, and why do I feel that these two teams are almost in the same position? And obviously, I would say they're United's in a way worse situation than PSG, but like I feel like both these teams just need a revamp. Both of these teams just need a complete U-Haul because some of the players out there just does deserve. Like Maguire shouldn't be playing for this team anymore. I think McTominay shouldn't be playing for this team anymore. He's average. Um, I think I'm not going to say Bruno shouldn't play because that's a bit harsh, but I do believe Bruno should be questioned because let's be real, Bruno this season has been absolutely average this season, absolute average. Um, I think for me, the fullbacks have to be better because let's be real, Tallis and Delo, they're really good at attacking, but I think defensively they're not very good from what I saw. Elongo is good. Rashford has to go. I'm sorry, Rashford is. What is Rashford doing at this club? I'm sorry. This guy has been really poor this season. Rashford has just been really poor.
Yeah, no,
You know.
he's so bad that I actually forgot he played. Wait, did he play?
Yeah, he
God,
played. He
God
played.
damn! What happened to him?
Yeah, Rashford. Why is Mata still at the club? Why is Matches still there? Why are you still having Lingard? Well, actually, Lingard to be fair is not bad. Wan-Bissaka has to go. I mean, like I said, like you pretty much have to get rid of almost all the players. Like Phil Jones.
And that's like
Um,
United, bro. They have to take the biggest L. Like nobody's gonna come and purchase these players. So you're gonna have to bring down their release class to the most lowest point and just get rid of all of them. That's if
or
they're serious. If they're serious of somehow building a new project for the future. And if they believe that these players are gonna help, if they believe that these players are gonna improve by getting a new manager, then it's gonna be more and more years of suffering and depression for United fans. And there's bro, like it's sad. Like
yeah,
there's a big
yeah,
difference. There's a big difference when let's say like Barcelona, right? Some of our players have been underperforming for the past 3 years, but that's because nobody was around to push them and improve them, right? Because we know that the players we have can be better. They've won stuff before, right? And under Xavi, like not only we bring in new youngsters, but we try to see if the players that we have right now can somehow increase their level. Like for me, this season Busquets has been playing like the best football I've seen in years, you know. And let's say I think Jordi Alba has improved, and this guy was awful. He started off really bad, and he's improved. Who else? I think Piquet. Like people tend to criticize Piquet, you know, but this season he's been good as well. Like he's been quite reliable, even though he's already aging. And like that, this is the difference. But these players that United have, like it's different. Like they've never shown to be that type of player that you would say, oh, this player can become something good for the future, you know. Like it's pure hype.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
I do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like there were some United fans saying that Rashford is gonna win the Ballon d'Or in the future, and like no. or there's other player. They like Sancho. This was your worst performance, bro. I started to actually question the Bundesliga because this was an awful performance on Jadon Sancho, and oh man, Cristiano Ronaldo, bro, just retire, man. Just please retire, bro. You're harming your legacy, bro. Like he tried, Eddie. He tried to dribble, and
Yeah.
it oh man.
Yeah, I remember early on in the game, he was like doing some kippy up, as I think, like trying to do some juggling. I remember I saw early in the game, I was like, okay, Ronaldo's in the mood. But to only realize he did nothing in the game. I know people criticize Messi, don't get me wrong. Messi was not great whatsoever, I will admit.
Uh-huh.
Was Ronaldo really much better? Because I was told Ronaldo would deliver a masterclass. I was told that by people,
Bro,
and
and the thing is, look at Ronaldo XG, bro. Oh my
yeah,
god,
yeah,
zero
yeah. I'm not. Yeah,
point
I'm not saying like
zero.
I'm. Yeah, yeah. Let's be real. Let's be frank. Both players were bad over the two games, but at least Messi he did something more. Like at least he did. He
I
like you
think
can at
Messi
least
Messi created at least three key chances for Mbappe. Like key
yeah
chances. Like, I literally went back and saw some of the key highlights for him and said, let's see who had the worst performance. Ronaldo did a disaster class in the Champions League. Messi, he created a ton of chances for PSG. You can criticize him for missing that penalty. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, both of them, like one did nothing and the other one did something, and that it is what it is. Like people are more shocked that Messi getting knocked out by Real Madrid than Ronaldo getting knocked out by Atletico Madrid. Because when Ronaldo got knocked out, everybody was like, it is what it is. He's old. He's old. He's finished. When Messi
yeah
got knocked out, the whole world went after him. Because the standards
yeah
are way higher on Messi. Messi has a higher standard than Cristiano Ronaldo, and I don't know why this silly debate on who's the better player. We all know who's the better
yeah
player, but the thing
yeah
is,
yeah
I don't want to cause a controversy and a fight in your chat, but no, but then the thing is, man, Ronaldo, bro, you have an amazing mentality, and it's inspiring that you have that, but like you're aging, bro. You're about to hit 37. I think it's
yeah
like I don't know if you saw Xavi's press conference today. They asked him, right, like, hey, would you prefer like three world class attackers that don't do much pressing, or three average well, not average but decent strike three decent attackers that are really good at pressing? And he literally said if there's like he would prefer the attackers that press, because he said if there's one attacker that is not pressing, like it completely destroys the formation and it does not work. You know, like there's no balance if every single position is being not being covered. He said you're not playing the style of play. You know that you need. You're playing something else, and that something else is playing unstable. So when Xavi said that he needs players that are active and pressing, that's when I realized that the likes of a Messi would never come back to Barcelona under this Xavi board. And because bro, he needs players to press. He needs players to move up and down. Ragnick, he needs players to press. He needs that quick transition football. And because his players are not good enough to provide that, he's very limited. And I don't think this loss is on him. This loss is not on the manager. It's purely on the players. And
mm,
yeah,
I mean I think we could blame a little bit, but yeah, I'd still say most of the blame should go to the players because let's be real, like these players have underperformed. Like it doesn't matter what manager you give them, Moyes, Ollie, who else, Ragnick, who else, Mourinho. These players have underperformed. Like they haven't been relevant since 2013. Like let's be real, ever since they won the EPL title, they haven't really done anything since. Like they haven't really done anything of significance. The only significant thing was maybe you're winning the Europa League, but let's be real, Europa League is second tier. It's not even like the highest tier you know. And
yeah,
so,
bro. I don't know, bro. United, they need a complete revamp. It's gonna
yeah,
be
yeah,
a
like,
while. If they plan to do it, it's gonna take a few years. We're talking about a 4 years transition. Like what we're trying to do. We're still trying to get rid of Lenglet and Umtiti for the past 3 years now. We're still working on it. Who else we're gonna? It takes a very long time to remove like the dead wood in your team. It takes a really long time. But um, it's
yeah,
unfortunate for the United fans, Like there's some good United fans out there, some humble ones. But for
yeah,
the ones that are still cocky till this day, I don't really care for them. They should continue losing.
yeah,
but yeah, but the thing is, we move on. We move on.
yeah.
Oh,
Kool Aid. To your point, yeah. The truth of the matter is that every fan base has bad fans. Like every fan base has arrogant fans. Every fan base has humble fans. That's why I realized that you
hey,
know
but
it's
we
it's not just.
I don't think we have arrogant fans in our side. I think we just have dumb ones.
Mm, I mean, there probably is some that we probably don't know. There's a few I would imagine, but yeah, like I said, every fan base has like these kind of issues. But anyways, getting back to United, like I said. Um, for me, as I said, United they just look clueless. Like they just didn't have any ideas how to attack. And for me, like you have to give credit to Oblak. Oblak had one of his better games. Like this was one of the best games I've seen of Oblak this season at all. And let's be real, Oblak this season has been very shaky, very questionable this season.
Oh
And that performance
yes,
out there,
he
he was
was,
very good today.
bro. He was one of the best players. I completely forgot. Ah, damn.
Yeah. You know another player that also played really well. I think he had a very good game. This guy. I'm probably butchering his name. Renadilo? I'm probably butchering his name.
Renan
This was a
Lodi.
January. No, yeah,
Renan
Renalodi,
Lodi.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy was very good today. I mean not today, sorry. Yesterday. He was very good on the day. I thought his performance was really good. Defensively, I thought was very solid. And you know the crazy part is, right? He came in as a January transfer window. He came in the January transfer window. I think they got him from Lille, and it's already crazy how good he's been, and he's done a very good job. And I think Atleti have been more defensively assured with his presence.
We
You know,
should
because
start getting defenders from League One, bro. Like League One. It's
yeah,
League One is looking good. When it comes to
yeah,
developing youngsters, that league is getting good because I remember his performance as well. But yeah, shout out to who else had a good performance.
I think Felix had a decent performance, although in the
Yeah,
second half
bro.
he didn't really do much. But yeah,
Didn't do
first half
much.
he was pretty good. First half he was pretty good, but yeah,
Yeah,
second
he
half he
scored
kind of
a
tailed
goal,
off.
but it was offside. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, but
I
it
think
was.
let's see who. Oh, Renaldo Ray. I mean, okay, so I see a comment here. Let me just look at this comment real quick. You could pronounce him like Renaldo. Okay, okay. Yeah, so I like I said, guys, I'm not the best with pronunciation, so
Me
sometimes I
neither,
do
bro.
butcher. Yeah,
But the thing
so
is, oh man, is
yeah,
RIP
yeah.
United.
I think Savage had a good game. Who else? I think DePaul had a good game. I didn't think Koke was that great. I don't know why he's rated so highly. I don't think he was that good in my opinion. um,
Whew.
yeah. And Fred, I would say, was pretty good for United. I think he was one of the best players. I think him and Elonga were the two best.
Did you
And the
see
rest of
that
the players
dribble?
were,
Did you see that dribble he did at the edge of the line? Like
yeah, I think yeah, that was crazy, man.
yeah, Fred. Remember he was Brazilian somehow. Yeah, he's been awful, but you know. But then these last two games he was good. He was good. Like props to him.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
hope he performs well for the World Cup.
Dude, I think he's been great under Ralph Ragnick. I think he's been one of the best players under Ralph Ragnick. I think he's improved a lot. He's been a lot better than under Ali, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Yeah, and like I said, for Ronaldo, didn't do anything in this game. Didn't have any shots. Didn't do anything. And the thing about Ronaldo, as I said, is that for me, like I said, like you said, I think it's time for him to move on and go back to sporting, or go back to MLS or something. Because at this point, I just don't think you're. I think you're just done at the top tier. Like I really think you're done at the top tier in Champions League. I really think you are. You know, and like I said, I still think he's a great player. Obviously, and he's still one of the best players in this decade we've ever seen. But it's time for him to move on. And I
Yeah,
think he's
bro.
clinched.
I don't know like what he's trying to do. He has nothing to prove in the world of football. Like he just take a seat, Like him and Messi just take a seat. Like your era is done. The Messi and Ronaldo era is finished. Time to bring in new talent. Like
Yeah, yeah,
leave the thing in the past, guys.
yeah.
But
I think he's clinching on to that World Cup. I think he's trying to play in the last World Cup, and obviously Portugal and Italy. You know how high stakes that is, and so we'll see what happens. So wait for the World Cup qualifiers. But yeah, man, like I said, Ronaldo after the World Cup, I think he's gonna. It's crazy to see how long he's had the determination for. And I still think he's a good player, but like I said, I just don't really think he's in it anymore. And I think United have to move on from him. And let's be real, guys. Let's be real. Ronaldo, I feel like was really mainly signed not for sporting reasons, but more so because of PR. I think just PR, and obviously they didn't want City to get him. So I think I was like there was no like sporting reason. I would say like it was pretty much just to not have to City to not get him. So yeah, man, very good for Atletico Madrid. I'm happy for them, man. Atletico Madrid, they proved their critics wrong. They got to the quarterfinals. Very good performance. A good performance for Atletico Madrid. Got a good defensively. I still don't know if this approach will really work for them in the quarterfinals because let's be real. For Atleti's case, I really hope they don't get Madrid because if they get Real Madrid, it could be very bad. You know.
I want to see them against Chelsea.
Oh yeah,
I'm a
Chelsea. That'd be
Chelsea,
interesting.
Atletico Madrid again.
Oh man.
I think Chelsea might get the win though.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, for their case, I think they would like to. They would be content with any quarterfinal team except Real Madrid. I think they'll take any team except Real Madrid, maybe except Bayern. I don't think they won't want Bayern, but maybe except Bayern and Real Madrid, every other team, I think they can
Yeah, I
challenge.
think they can handle Bayern. I think they can handle that.
Uh, I don't know, man, but yeah, Real Madrid certainly no. Real Madrid no. Like we can all agree that, right?
Yeah, because Real Madrid knows how to attack Simeone's team. You have to attack the wing backs. Let
Yeah,
them be unstable. You know.
yeah. Yeah, definitely. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this match. Like I said, congratulations to Atletico Madrid. As for United, I feel like they made the subs too late. Like I don't know why Rashford came on, didn't really do anything. Matic, like none of the subs really made a difference. Like let's be real, you know. And he made the substitution too late. And like I said, I don't know why Elongo was taken off. That was a bad decision, in my opinion. And like I said, for Bruno, man, I just don't really think he's that great. I think he's really showing up. I think he's really. I don't think I'm not trying to criticize him, but I don't think he was. I think it shows how this season has been very underwhelming.
Well, here's the
And I
thing with Jadon Sancho, right? And Hangye, this guy Bruno Fernandes is overrated. Like there's no denying that. But I think Jadon Sancho can be either two things: Bundesliga tax, or it just could just be United don't know, like just ruining another talented player. You know, because Pogba under Juventus, he was something else. He was a really talented player. Jadon Sancho, we all know how good he was at Dortmund, but ever since he came to United, he started to decline in quality, in his ability. So it could be Manchester United and their horrible squad and no plan for the youngster, And I'm still to this day, I'm gonna look up and say, why did you sign for Manchester United? Didn't your agents advise you of that club and how they deal with promising youngsters? Like they don't do a good job when it comes to they don't have a sporting project then. So it's very unfortunate for Jadon Sancho that he was persuaded to go to that club. I would have loved to see him in a better club, a club with an actual structure and a future. But it is what it is.
yeah. So yeah, man. Like I said, and Sancho for me, I think he's definitely been a player that's also improved under Ragnick. I think he's been looking a lot better. Um, but yeah, for this game, he didn't really look that great. But to be fair to him, none of the United players were really that amazing. And I think for Sancho, I still think he's a good player. I still think he's a decent player, and I really rate the guy. I think he's a good player, and that he's a player that I think uh, could be very, very good for United in the years to come. Because let's be real, guys, he did score in the Manchester Derby, right? He did score, and he's definitely been a player that's actually looking more good. I think he's been one of the most improved players. But like I said, today, like I said, I do agree with you. Yesterday, he was not great whatsoever, and I don't know why he was given a 7. That's a bit of a high rating. I would maybe give like a 6 or 5. Probably that's a way too high rating. And like I said, man, Old Block was very good, and yeah, Ronaldo, man, didn't do anything whatsoever. Okay, I think we talked enough about this game. Should we move on?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
okay. I
didn't
think we
watch the
talked enough.
Chelsea game. I didn't watch the Chelsea game, so I can't really comment on that one.
Yeah, let's talk about the Chelsea game right now, I guess. Okay, let me go ahead and read the comments first before we move on. Hey bro, AD. Villarreal destroyed Juve though. What a performance! We'll get to that. Still so happy Atletico through. Old Trafford is the theater of dreams for a wrong team. Yes, I guess you could say that. Or at AD, you could just call him Nildo. What a performance by Nildo. Nildo won League One with Leo last season. Won Defender of the Year at Leo last season. Wow, I did not know that. Thank you for letting me know. Hey, Manchester United, sobbing. Bro, why did you convert to emote? Stop converting to emotes. Yeah, it is kind of weird. Like whenever you like type some expressions, it times to words, it converts to emotes. But yeah, anyways, I'll just watch this game real quickly. I know I didn't watch this game either, so obviously I'm not really the most informed. Maybe you guys did in the comments. If you guys did, please let me know. But getting back to this one, I'm not really surprised. We all knew that. I think we all figured that Chelsea would make this through. Uh, it was a bit surprising though to see Lille take an early lead through Yilmaz, and I did see that Jorginho make a handball decision, penalty which was given. Yilmaz scores 1-0 up. And at that point, everyone was like saying, Lille, are they going to make the upset? Like I was hearing people at the bars to serve, I was hearing everything. People thought Leo was going to come back. I knew it was going to happen. And then Chelsea, they came back in the game with a great pass from Jorginho from Pulisic, and Captain America scores, or as people like to call him, LeBron James. I like to call him Captain America, to be honest with you guys.
LeBron James of football. Let's go. But that's why Gino Des. Screw no, that's why Gino Des. Let's go. Oh yeah, but the thing is at Chelsea. Oh man, when I saw the one, I was like, when I was watching the Villarreal game, they said nil 1-0. I'm like, yes. So you're telling me you might have two comments, like then later on, like in like before the halftime ends, like Chelsea equalizing Christian Pulisic, and I was like, it's over. And then it's because I didn't watch the game, and also I can't really comment on the tactics and how they decided to play. But it seems to me that Chelsea, they're moving forward. That's what they do. They're that type of team that just pick themselves up from the bootstraps and just move forward. So
Yeah. And
that's Chelsea right there.
yeah, then Aspilicueta scored. Let me see what it says on here in the page here. So again, the champion striker of the Blue as Mount receives a ball in the air, crosses from the left post. Herrera in from right back position. Aspilicueta is the man to make decisive contact, guiding the ball home from close range, effectively end the tie. And yeah, Aspilicueta gets there. Mason Mount gets an assist. And yeah, man, like I said, guys, it was a pretty standard Chelsea win. I think many of us already knew Chelsea would win this game. Pulisic scored, as I said. Aspilicueta scored as well. Christensen did go off injured, which is a big blow for Chelsea. And who came on for his place? Chalobah didn't come on. Jorginho was pretty good, got an assist, even though he did make a handball there. Kovacic also was pretty decent, and Havertz was pretty ineffective. I was surprised that Havertz didn't score because I was actually expecting him to score. Conte was decent, and yeah, like I said for Leo, man. Let me see the stats here for this game. I'm keen to see. Wow, look at this. This is crazy. Well, I just saw this right now, guys. Apparently, the game actually had even stats. But Chelsea, they had just more quality, and Leo actually had a higher XG, which is very interesting. So, yeah, man, like I said, guys, routine win for Chelsea. I don't really want to speak too much more because, like I said, guys, we already knew Chelsea were through to the next round. There wasn't really much doubt. And Botman did go off injured, which is a big blow. He's a pretty good defender. Fonte was decent. Chilik and Andre Xhaka, Yilmaz, and yeah, Jonathan David was pretty ineffective. And I did say that in my preview that I feel like if Jonathan David isn't really that effective, it's difficult for Leo to score. And although they did score, it was through a penalty. So, like I said, for Chelsea in particular, a good win indeed. And they're in the quarterfinal. Let's see who they get, man. Let's see who they get. So I see in the comments. Let's talk about the comments real quick. Pretty standard win for Chelsea. Not much to talk about. Johnny will be free from Leo. Free Johnny. Yeah. All right. So what do you Kula, what else do you have to add to your? Do you have anything else, or should we move on to the next game?
We should move on. We should move on. Congrats to
Yeah.
Chelsea Football Club. Even though they're in this very difficult situation with the whole Abramovich situation, they're pushing forward. So respect the London Blues. Respect
Yeah,
to them.
London Blues. Yeah, definitely. They were they did get the job done, which is ultimately impressive. Let's move on to this one. And oh my goodness. Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Let me before we start, I promised Villarreal that I would do this. We live in the yellow submarines. God damn, Villarreal. Thank you. Thank you. I really wanted them to win. These guys, I love them. I love Villarreal. Like these guys just love beating up big teams. Like every time Villarreal plays against Barcelona, they beat us up. All right, so I watched this entire game, right? In the first
Wow.
half, like once again, Allegri and Juventus they decided to play defensive, right? So they and hit Villarreal on the counter. Juventus had a pretty decent amount of chances. A lot of them coming from Vlahovic, Morata getting into good areas, trying to create. But at the end of the day, like as I was watching this game, I was like, Villarreal, I know you guys can beat them. I just knew I had full belief in them. I said, I know you guys can beat them. You just have to push. Just have that belief. And Villarreal, like they try to attack from the wings. They try to push forward, and each time they give away the ball, like Juventus didn't know what to do with it. They lack creativity. Like they're very solid defensively, but when they have the ball on their feet, like they look like headless chickens. You know, they don't know what to do with it. Like Allegri, you're not getting the best out of the players you have, and this whole like I don't like to use this term terrorist football, but it's holding a lot of players back. Like so when I look at Vlahovic, this kid is so talented, and you know I feel like he could do better under a different manager. I think the entire team could do better. But the thing is, another player, like Delit, I feel like this guy, you can't expect Delit to be a world class defender playing this formation. Like Delit, he, bro, he's those type of defenders that that are not good. Like, how can I say this? He's a typical Barcelona defender, like like the high line, the offside trap. He's very tactical and intelligent on the ball, but you can't expect him to play this type of football and expect him to be alert for 90 minutes. But Villarreal, man, yeah, you guys, bro, you deserve it. You went through. You are the better team, and the way how they cause all these penalties just show how much Unai Emery is just Unai Emery needs more respect. He needs to be respected as one of the great managers in football because, bro, look at what he just did. He beat United in a Europa League final, and he just took out Juventus with a Villarreal team who is in seventh place in La Liga. Like these players that Villarreal have is they aren't any player of quality. It's oh my goodness. After the first goal went in, and then it was that corner, that corner that Paul Torres scored. I was like, God damn, it's over, it's over. Literally I couldn't believe it. I was celebrating like crazy, and then the third one came by a handball from Matis Delit, and it led to another penalty. And bro, props to Villarreal. Like the Yellow Submarines, like these guys, they deserve it. Like the submarine just sunk Juventus. And we should have a serious conversation about the Serie A and how good is that league right now in quality because yeah, it's looking really bad. You saw what rebuilding Barcelona did to Napoli, and you're seeing what a Villarreal is doing to Juventus. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool.
bro, what's up?
Yeah, cool. We will have like a discussion like at the end of the season. I want to do like a top five. I want to look at the league, top five leagues, and I want to see how they perform in Europe. And I might even have to do like a separate video for. We might have to do like a separate live stream for like Italy
Mm,
because they've just been really awful. I mean, I'm sorry to say,
yes.
like they have been really awful. The only team in the Champions League this season that they can leave themselves with heads held high is Inter. Atalanta, they were disappointing in the Champions League. Juventus, obviously, we just saw. And as for what was the other one? Milan, they were disappointing too. Although I will excuse Milan because to be fair, it was the first time in a long time. So maybe I should give Milan some benefit of the
No,
doubt. And they were in a
to
very
be
tough group.
honest, Inter Milan, like when they played Atletico Madrid in Champions League, they should have won. Like I thought they were the better team. But
Yeah,
yeah, even Inter, all the Serie A team right now that is getting saved from all this criticism is gonna be Inter and AC Milan. Those two. I know AC Milan went out to the Champions League, but to be fair with them, like they actually competed very well with the group that they had in the group stage.
yeah,
And what
and it
caused
was
them
a
what caused them to come out was pure referee decision going against them for some reason.
yeah,
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 but
and also they were in a very. I mean, to be fair, it was the first time in a long time, so it's a bit harsh to really like criticize them. You know, so
so
yeah,
who
but yeah,
else? Yeah, but Syria, oh man, Juventus, you deserve that. Your fan base deserved this one because they were disrespecting Villarreal, saying, "Oh yes, easy win." Like these guys don't know
yeah.
how hard it is. These guys don't know how hard it is to play against Villarreal.
Yeah. So yeah, let's get back to this whole thing here, and let me tell you my opinion. I would say Juve were actually pretty solid. I would say Juve were actually pretty solid from early on in the game, especially the first like 20 minutes. They actually were creating very good opportunities. But what I noticed about Juve is that they just didn't have the finishing. Like I don't know what happened to Vlahovic. He was just very poor on the day. Let me see how many shots he had. He didn't get any. He had 3 shots. Morata was just not really it. And for Juve, although they did play really well for the first couple of minutes, you could see that how like when Villarreal went to the counter attack, they created issues. And it was almost kind of like a game of back and forth. Like Juve were dominating, then Villarreal came there. It was like a game like kind of like back and forth. But then came the penalty. And that for me is where Juve collapsed. Juve collapsed in like the last 15 minutes of the game. And that's what basically cost them this whole tie. And I forgot who gave away the penalty. Do you remember who gave away the first penalty? I think it was I feel like it was Rugani, I think. I might be wrong. Do you remember? I don't remember who gave away the penalty. Or was it, let me check actually. It might be here. Okay, so it says right here, the referee circle one looks in with a huge moment. Villarreal by keeping things tight for the whole second half. Rugani, yes, it was Rugani's error. Rugani made the mistake. Rugani made the mistake, and Juve capitalized upon it. I mean, not Juve, sorry. Villarreal capitalized with it. And Dre Moreno came off the bench, scored. Then the second goal was a corner from Pau Torres. Brilliant goal. And the third goal was Dan Juma for a delayed handball. And you can see how, like I said, guys, the defense, like I said, Juve just collapsed the last couple of minutes. And I think for me, Juve were the more dangerous team over the course of 9 minutes. They created more dangerous opportunities. But you got to give it credit to Rulli. Rulli had a very good game. Rulli was excellent on the day. Made 5 saves. He was very good on the day. He was incredible on the day. And for Villarreal, I think they were very good. They were very good as well. Keeping things tight at the back. I do think though that playing Lo Celso as a striker was a bit of a weird decision. I don't know why that happened. Do you remember Lo Celso was that close in a few
Yeah, but
opportunities?
he actually gave them a bit more creativity, you know.
Yeah, so
But it
maybe
is what it is.
maybe it was like more like a false nine kind of thing. But yeah, he did look decent on the day, and I
Like he
just think
was
that for
like,
Villa,
bro. Like I feel like almost every player had a good game. I know in the second half, like they dropped off in intensity and they had to go with a bit more defensive. But yeah, they had to at the end of the day. But as soon as that Gerard guy, after he was subbed on, like it gave them a bit more belief, you know, because he's one of their best players this season, and like you know, it just gave them a bit more flexibility in their attack. It was good though. Shout out to Villarreal. Yeah, I'm hoping that they get a Benfica or something small. I don't want them. I want to see them go a bit further. You know, but
yeah,
quarterfinals, a team that is seventh in La Liga doing so well on their in the Champions League. God damn, no one had them winning this, but they did it. And look at that result, 3-0. Wow, football, bro. God damn. At
yeah,
Juventus, Allegri, bro, you should have never came back. I think you're done. Like that. Oh my goodness, how are you parking the bus against Villarreal? Have some, have some shame. And I'm tired of that type of football, to be honest. Like it's killing the game. It's killing the sport. Like especially against Villarreal. Like Villarreal is not even. It's not even that type of team, you know. That you should be. Like I get that if it was a Bayern Munich, then fine, you can go defensive. But Villarreal, you have the better players to beat them. They're in seventh in their league, but you
yeah,
know it's unfortunate for Villarreal, and it's for me it's a win for football today for Villarreal. I just love these guys, bro. I love the Yellow Submarines. The thing is, bro, yeah, I don't know. I have to watch out for them. Are we done with them? Did we play them both times in the league?
we still have to play them again at Camp now. I
Ah,
think that'll be the final. That final match. That'll be the final match day of the season, though. So like, I think it'll be like the final day of the season. So it wouldn't really matter. I mean, I don't think that at that time the game would be that. It would be that. It would be that important.
yeah.
So yeah, man.
Well,
Like I said, I do feel somewhat bad for Juve because, like I said, they didn't take their chance. But at the end of the day, it's all about taking chances, right? And that's the thing that's like most important is that some would say, "Oh, Villarreal, they did," or some would say they parked the bus. I didn't think they parked the bus. I think they were going at it. They were just
oh,
counterattacking it.
Villarreal.
Yeah, I'd say I
Villarreal.
feel like
They were the one who were attacking. I don't know what people are on about.
yeah, Yeah,
Juventus didn't know
Juve.
what to do. Like these guys play defensive football so much that when they're actually supposed to attack, they don't know how to attack. Like the only time these guys Juventus looked dangerous was in set pieces. That was the only moment. I shout out to that Villarreal goalkeeper. Cause this game today he had like it was amazing, bro. Like I don't know, bro. He was amazing today. After blocking a lot of Vlahovic's chances, stopping corners, stopping set pieces, being patient on the ball, you know, like he was amazing. The goalkeeper from Villarreal.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I think he had a very good game. It's like I said, I feel like Juve fall into Villarreal hand. Like they were just waiting for Juve to make a mistake and they capitalized upon it. It was almost like what Atletico Madrid did to Manchester United, if you think about it.
mm, yeah, but
So
it happens, bro. Like Juventus, you need a better manager. They have something really interesting. They're building something interesting, but the manager they have is not the guy for it. You know, like
yeah,
yeah, they need someone better. But they have they already signed a lot of players for the future that can get them forward and let them develop. But
yeah.
man, but
Oh,
for this season, you have to be eliminated. I don't think Allegri is a guy to take you guys, to to a higher level. No, football is changing. I don't think the pragmatic football is actually the future of football. It's not giving much result. Like, even Chelsea, like to beat Real Madrid, they weren't defensive. To beat Real Madrid in Champions League, they actually went on attack and won the midfield battle. Only time they went defensive was in the final against Manchester City, which you have to because Manchester City plays possession football, so you have to go defensive. But yeah, that type of football I think is already gone. That was invented back in the day when Serie A was the number one league in the world. It was pure defensive football, But
yeah.
I
So I'm
think
just
that,
looking at the shots. Yeah, I'm just looking at the shots. Juve were pretty good, like I said, for like the first like 20 minutes. But then like after the first 20 minutes, they kind of cooled off. Villarreal started to grow into the game. Juve had missed many chances. And when you make like simple mistakes at the back, you're gonna leave yourselves punished, you know. And I just think that for me, Villarreal capitalized upon that. And it shows how bad Juve's defense is. Like I like the defense of Rugani, Delit, they're not very good center backs. And you could see how, Chiellini, Bonici didn't play. And Chiellini didn't even start, and I wonder, maybe the two would have done a better job, because they're more experienced, right? And so, you know, and I just, and I
man,
just think that,
I think I'm gonna celebrate for a bit. Today I'm a very real fan. I'm sorry, Barcelona, you're not giving me the hype that Villarreal is giving me. Oh man, I don't know. Yellow Submarine
yeah,
lives. The Yellow Submarine still lives. I hope it, bro. These guys are gonna go crazy at quarterfinal. They have the belief. The reason, like in football, all you need is that belief and passion. And it can actually push you forward. That's all you need. And it's a little bit of good football, but that belief and passion as well. Like that's what Villarreal has always.
yeah, yeah.
Whew.
So,
Bro, like
yeah, let's go.
their fans must be really proud, bro, for what they achieved today. Like it's not easy,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
It's not easy being Juventus, being a Villarreal team.
yeah, man. Very, very interesting indeed. So, let's go ahead and I guess round up for today's stream in a bit. Like I said, very, very good win for Villarreal. Um, Unai Emery got the job done. And like I said, man, I in my original predictions, guys, I did predict Villarreal to make it through. Actually, let me go and look through my predictions I made. So for the Champions League, I had let me look at the matches real quick. I think I got like 5 out of 8 right. Let me go and just check. So where's the knockout stage by round? Okay, so I did predict Real Madrid to beat PSG. I did predict Man City to beat Sporting. I did predict Liverpool to beat Inter. Bayern Munich, I did predict Salisbury. However, I did predict Lille to beat Chelsea, but that was one of my upsets because I had to feel one upset would take place. I did predict Villarreal to beat Juventus. I predicted Man United to beat Atletico and Ajax to beat Benfica. So yeah, I got those 3 wrong. Could have got 6, man. Been great, but hey, 5 is
Hmm.
still pretty good, I'd say.
I think the only one I got wrong was PSG, Real Madrid. I said PSG was gonna
Wow.
win, but Real Madrid. I wrote them off like a brick. Right, so Chelsea, of course, they're gonna go through. Liverpool, of course. Bayern Munich. I actually believe that Salzburg was gonna do a comeback. I'm insane for saying that. Nah, but
Well, we're
who else?
well, well, well. Remember, I did my predictions be for the first leg. Like these were my predictions because I would have changed. Like so before the
Who
games took
else?
place, those are my original predictions.
All right, so who all played? Who all I said? Of course, I predicted Villarreal to win because they're Villarreal. Yeah, Man City. We all know what Pep does in the group stages. I mean, in the round of 16. Um, yeah, it is what it is. Juventus, man. I mean, you Atletico Madrid, Manchester United, of course, because if Villarreal beats United in a final, Europa League final, why not? Why can't Atletico Madrid beat them in the Champions League? Like, yeah, Sevilla.
Yeah,
Oh, wait, no Sevilla. I mean, my bad. That's Sauron. Benfica, Ajax. That's a shocking one for me. This for me, the biggest shock is the Ajax Benfica game because like I expected Ajax to get the job done, but they didn't. So
yeah. And I did do a poll on my stream, and actually, let me go and see what people said. So, people said, let's do. Go ahead. I'm gonna end the poll probably now. Um, so the people said on the poll. Let me see what they said. People said Benfica was the most surprising upset, followed by Villarreal in second and Atletico Madrid. I mean, I don't know if you could say Atletico Madrid was an upset, but I just kind of put it out there because I think most people were surprised that Atletico Madrid progressed over at Man United.
yeah, that was an upset the Ajax one. Whew. Today was a
Yeah.
good
So
day for the Champions League. We move on.
yeah, yeah, very very good. So 44-38. So it's kind of split, between the two, but I think I do agree that Benfica was probably more surprising. I did. I mean, like I said, I don't think many people expected that from the beginning. But yeah, let's go ahead and do some quarterfinal. Let's talk about the quarterfinals real briefly. So, of course, guys, you guys know the quarterfinal draw will be on Friday. And remember, guys, there will also be the semifinal and the final draw. So they're gonna do like a bracket. We will get a bracket on Friday, and we will know each path the team needs to take to win the Champions League. So let's go ahead and do like a power rankings, I guess. So basically, like teams that have no chance, like let's do like eight to fifth. I would say have no eight. Like let's like rank the teams from like best chance to win it to lowest chance. I think the weakest team in the eight has been Benfica. I think they're the worst team in the quarterfinals, and I think we can all agree with that. So yeah, I would say they're probably eighth. I think they're the lowest chance to win it. I would then say probably I would probably then follow that up by hey, let me see what teams are remaining. I would then follow it up by maybe maybe Atletico Madrid. Actually, no. I would say Villarreal seventh. I would say Villarreal is seventh.
Yep.
Okay,
Good.
sixth. Sixth. What would you say is sixth?
Let's see. Chelsea, I guess. Nah.
That's a bit. No, I wouldn't say Chelsea. Maybe Atletico.
Atletico. Who's in the better form right now? Chelsea or Atletico? Atletico.
Hmm. Well, I'm going from like best chance to win it to lowest chance. By the way.
Okay.
So in that, yeah, I would say six Atletico.
Mm,
And then I would say fifth probably Chelsea. I would say, and the reason why I'm gonna go with Chelsea is, like I said, guys, it's difficult to do back to back in Champions League, and
mm. And plus,
and then
the whole club and their situation could lead them to a lack of confidence. Ugh.
yeah,
So
that's true. And then fourth is interesting. That's a tough one to call.
I'll give that to Liverpool because they have been underperforming a bit.
Um,
Liverpool.
yeah, this might seem a bit crazy, but I'm actually gonna pick Bayern, just because I feel like for me, Bayern Munich, they've been kind of underwhelming. Especially, I feel like for Bayern Munich, I've just not really, I don't know. I don't know. I'm really kind of iffy about them, especially the defense in particular. Like I think the defense is very sketchy. Third, I would say Real Madrid. And then the top two is interesting: Liverpool or City. I think that's pretty much the best two teams. I'm gonna say this might seem crazy to say, but I actually do think I would put Liverpool second, City first. I think City's been better. I think City has a better chance to win this season than
Who? Sorry,
Liverpool.
I just returned. I went and did something. City, you
Yeah,
said?
yeah, yeah. I'm picking City because I feel like for me, I know City always chokes in this kind of thing, and I know they have the habit, but I just think that Liverpool, man. I don't know, man. I don't think they haven't. I just don't think Liverpool can do everything. Like I feel like they're gonna mess up at something, and but I don't know, man. It's a tough call. But I got to see the draw first, to be honest with you. But I would
Liverpool
say,
look really, Liverpool look really shaky against Inter. To be honest.
yeah, and I don't know, man. Their attack has been kind of they're under firing. They haven't really been that consistent. So I would probably say second Liverpool and first City. I'm giving City first just because I feel like for me, Pep will finally be able to somehow win this. And the reason why I think he lost last season is because when you're in a final for the first time, you generally lose. But now in a second time, you generally don't lose, right? We just saw with Senegal the AFCON, right? They went to well, actually, I know that wasn't the first AFCON final, but they got to the third AFCON final. They finally won it. So I feel like you have to be in like the final to get an experience, you know. And so yeah, but man, it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens. So very very late Pichu. I almost agree with that. Yeah, eighth is Benfica. I can agree with that. Seventh Villarreal. I agree with that. Sixth Atletico. I agree with that as well. Real Madrid. Real Madrid's kind of iffy. Like the thing about Real Madrid is, I feel like for me, like, yeah, I honestly think they could do something because of it's just because their pedigree. Their pedigree is so historic, and they're one of the best teams in Champions League. So it's really tough to say, man, about Real Madrid. What's your thoughts, Real Madrid? Do you think they could win the Champions League this season?
Hell no. Their pedigree doesn't mean anything these past 3 years. So we saw it. We saw
Okay.
what Ajax did to them. And
Yeah.
PSG demolished. That PSG beatdown does not count as progress because we all know that what PSG is. PSG is a club that knows the balling on their competition.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I understand. I understand, like I said, like I understand what you mean by the fact that Real Madrid, they were outplayed against PSG for most of the time, but they still make it through. And the thing about Real Madrid is that you can never really underestimate them. I mean, let's be real. They were almost close to making the final last season, you know. So
this is gonna sound extremely crazy. This is gonna sound extremely crazy, but I believe Benfica can beat a Real Madrid. I think
wow.
that yep. I think they can. I think they can beat them. I think people are hyping them up way too much because we
Ugh.
nobody, bro. If we be objective and saw those two legs from PSG, it wasn't Real Madrid that competed. It wasn't Real Madrid that beat that. I mean, it wasn't Real Madrid that beat PSG. PSG beat themselves. That's literally what's happening. People don't want to admit that, but it is what
You
it
know, I
is.
actually, I actually kind of somewhat agree with that. But you still have to give Real Madrid credit. But I think the thing about Real Madrid is this: they have to stop using Cruz, Casemiro, Modric. They have to give Camavinga and Valverde some time. Because I'll be real with you, if I see Real Madrid play those like midfield against like a Liverpool or City or a Bayern or even Chelsea, they're gonna get smashed in the midfield battle. They're gonna get smashed because for me that midfield is just too old, especially a Cruz. And I
Yep.
think that for me, um, and Ancelotti as well. Let's be real; he's not really been like great this season. I feel like for me, he's also been kind of somewhat carried by individual brilliance from Benzema, and Vinicius. Like, let's be real, right?
And plus the rest of the teams like Barcelona, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, we've been horrible this season. So
Yeah,
because they have a clinical striker in Benzema, you know, that can
yeah,
help you
and
win.
imagine,
That can help you beat the small teams much easier.
yeah, yeah.
And
So, but the thing is, like, it's Real Madrid. That's like the reason why I'm placing them like third is not really because of the form. It's
no,
really
because
because of their
I'm
name.
gonna be honest. Like if this Real Madrid team meets a Bayern, City, or even Liverpool, they're gonna lose. Like La Liga has declined at a large pace, and I never had PSG as the favorites. Never, I never have them. You know? Like, I had them as the
Yeah,
favorites to beat Real Madrid because I knew that Ancelotti was the type of manager that do not make substitutions. Well, at the end of the day, he did make substitution, bringing on the youngsters, which changed the game for him. But it is what it is. I don't have them as favorites. Like a lot of Real Madrid fans are telling me that they're going for the 14th, but nah. I think the max they'll go is semi. Semi is the max they can go, or
yeah, I agree
maybe,
with that.
or perhaps like the quarters is like right there is their maximum limit, depending on who they get.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, like we're probably gonna change our mind after seeing the draw, but let's do this pre-draw, right? So I think it's fair to say that eighth through fifth is sixth is pretty much agreeable. Like we can all agree with that. It's just fifth to first. Maybe you know what? I'm gonna change my mind a bit. Maybe I might put fifth. It's a tough call to make. This is tough, man. This is really tough. Not thinking about it. I think it's undoubtedly clear that the top two is Liverpool City. I think that's pretty much undoubted. That's pretty much undisputed. I think they're like I think they're the best teams in the Champions League right now. Um, Bayern, it's tough, man. It's tough. Maybe I might put third. Maybe I might push Real Madrid to fourth, and I might give Chelsea fifth and third. Maybe Bayern. Yeah, I might do that instead. But man, it's gonna be tough. We'll have to see what happens. And so, like I said, guys, I will be doing a mock draw, by the way, and we will also do a dream matchups too. I can't really do dream matchups because it's a bit complicated, so I'll only do it for the quarterfinal phase because you can't really do it for the semis. You have to depend on the quarter, so it gets a bit more complicated. But you guys get the general gist. But yeah, I will be doing those videos soon on my channel, and of course, guys, we'll be here again tomorrow for the Europa League and the Europa Conference League, indeed. So it'll be very, very interesting indeed. So, actually, before we round up here, let me go ahead and ask you guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this round of 16 so far? 1 being the worst, 10 being the best. For me, I'm giving it a 7. I would say this was pretty good. I would say this was better than last season's round of 16.
What, a 7? No, I give it a 8. No, 9 actually, because there's been a lot of upsets, and
Yeah.
like that Real Madrid PSG game was the most hilarious thing I've seen in a while. That what else? Villarreal, and I no, let's see. If I were to be realistic, right, I would have said Juventus beats Villarreal, but because I'm not realistic and I'm quite delusional, I had Villarreal, so they won. All right, so who else? Ajax Benfica. That was a shocking result. I wish my internet was not tripping so I could have watched that game. But this round of 16 was amazing, AD. You have to admit it. Yeah, it was amazing. Like, what are the chances we get something this crazy in the next quarters?
Yeah. See, the thing about this round of 16, yeah, it was really good the second week. I felt like the second week was amazing. Like, because, like, let's be real, like, there was, like, a lot of upsets, right, this week. Last week, though, like, let's be real. Like, we all expected Man City to beat Sporting, you know? And so my issue with this is that there was, like, too many games in which, like, the tie was already over. Like, there wasn't really, like, a lot of games in the second leg. Like, like Sporting Man City, there was no point in the second leg. The second leg. Liverpool Inter, I also thought it was wrapped up, but, I know it was close to the end, but I still had that feeling Liverpool would edge it. I know Liverpool didn't win the game at home, but like I still had the feeling that Liverpool would edge it. Salzburg Bayern, I knew Bayern would do it. Chelsea Lille, that was pretty much wrapped up. So if you think about it, there was only really 4 games that were really up for grabs in the second leg that had like something meaningful to play for. I guess you could say Inter Liverpool, but we already Liverpool at home. So I don't know, man. I don't know, but yeah, I think 7 is fair. I would say it was decent, but I don't think it was like that amazing. Like it wasn't like that insane. Like but it was still good around round of 16. I would say this round of 16 was way better than last season. I'll give it that.
I give it an 8.5 to be honest. Like I've enjoyed
Yeah.
it. Like usually the round of 16 is always boring, but this one was exciting. It was a quick. They
Yeah.
made a quite a
It
good draws.
yeah, this was it was decent, like I said, but it wasn't like spectacular, but maybe the quarters onwards will be crazy. And I would say group stage was really good. We forgot to talk about group stage, but yeah, group stage I would say was probably an 8. I would give it because of how crazy the shocks were. Like we had like Dortmund, obviously, Barca, Porto, that was pretty shocking. Um, Juventus, that was pretty shocking. Like there was a lot of shocks in group stage. So I would say group stage was pretty nice.
Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, it was yet because mainly because Barcelona went to the Europa League, which was a massive shock in the football. It is what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, so let's see. So we're an hour and 20 minutes in. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap the stream up. So I'll let you guys ask some final questions regarding specifically just the Champions League. I will be addressing Europa stuff tomorrow, so I would say let's just talk about that tomorrow instead. So you guys have anything related to Champions League. So I'll be here for around 5 minutes, and you guys can ask me anything regarding the Champions League this season. I'll be answering those questions now. Okay. PSG ruining Messi's career. I think you mean PSG, not QSG.
But his career is at Barcelona, so
Yeah, no pen shootout since 2016, but a lot of upset. Some of the games are boring, pretty average. 6, 7 is fair. Chelsea, nah, can't do it. I did debate between Bayern and Chelsea. Bayern is not as good as under Flick. I think anyone from 5th and above has a chance. Yeah, I agree with that probably. City, bot lane league. Okay, Juve, what was that? Okay. Penalty shoots are pretty unlikely in two-legged tournaments. Yeah, that's true. You don't really see that. Especially with the away goals. With the away goals being removed, with the away goals in place, it was very difficult. I know away goals got removed this season, but it's still very difficult to see. You're not going to see that a lot, which is obviously good, I guess. Sam, I wouldn't say Spanish owns football. Yeah, what do you think about this? This is a really interesting thing to wrap up here, I guess.
we don't own football, but nah, we own it. We own it. I'm sorry, guys. You guys let Sevilla did a three-peat in the Europa League, and you let Real Madrid did a three-peat in the Champions League, and you let Barcelona play tiki taka and won a Champions League. Like, nah, you can't allow that in football. Like, it is.
Oh, okay, my bad. QSG means Qatar Saint Germain. That's a weird way to put it this way, but I guess
Okay.
I was like, why are you saying QSG? I first thought that you meant Q&A. I was like, Q&A, what? We're not doing Q&A here. Then I realized, yeah, I don't. No one really, nobody really calls a PSG like that. Everyone just calls it PSG. Yeah, but anyways, it was definitely something that caught me surprised. And yeah, and by the way, guys, let's talk about this real quick. I didn't talk about this. This is specifically Champions League, but I do have to mention this real quick. Liverpool did beat Arsenal today. I'm not surprised. I expected that. But I just wanted to just talk to you guys real quickly. It's kind of annoying that they have like an EPL game during the Champions League time.
Yeah, like Pep, bro, it's either your EPL trophy or that Champions League. You can't have it either way. So
not both.
Both.
Yeah.
So, we'll see, bro. Like, if he balls the league, then he has to win that Champions League. He can't go trophyless after spending 100 million on Grealish. So
yeah, if he goes trophyless, we know some people would celebrate.
yeah, bro. They don't like geniuses, bro. They don't like Pep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, anyways, let's go ahead and see. Let's see what else. Did anyone actually watch? Oh yeah, I forgot. Brighton versus Spurs was today as well. Oh jeez, there's too much football, man. It's hard to keep track.
How's Emerson doing?
Wait, what do you say?
Emerson, the right back.
Oh, Emerson. Oh man, dude, I've heard a lot of people criticize this guy. I heard a lot of people say he's garbage. So I heard a lot of people say. I heard a lot of criticism.
You dodged a bullet, AD. Thank you, Tano.
Yeah.
Legend.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, did anyone else watch? No, I didn't watch that game. But yeah, I did hear that Spurs did win 2-0. I mean, other than Spurs fan, I don't think anyone else watched. Or unless you're like an EPL fan only, like if you like love EPL so much, like because I'm pretty sure there's some fans that watch like every single game, I mean, they're probably just something like that. I mean,
Nah.
I mean, if you guys have time for that, that's really
Bro,
crazy.
it's like I watch some really like few like smaller Liga teams I watch, like Granada, because I'm monitoring Alex Cuadrado's development in Granada. Bro, he's one of their best players. I think he doesn't score goals, but he's very creative. I can't wait to have him back. God damn. But let's see. Yeah, but that's all on that. Let's say who else? Who else? So what? Nah. But yeah, the EPL fans, yeah, they need to be quiet for a while because the only team that is dominating Europe right now is La Liga. But no. How can I say this? Yeah. Pretty much.
Yeah,
Barca, let's see, tough atmosphere. Okay. Yeah,
yeah. It's gonna
we're
be.
going into hell, AD. We're going into hell, bro.
Yeah, man. Oh man, are we gonna even come alive? Like,
Uh, yeah,
oh
man,
man.
bro. We're going to like, god damn, we're going to a war tomorrow.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
man.
it's like AD, bro, say, like, just give your regards to your entire family, bro, because you're going to war against Galatasaray. We might not make it back alive. We might not make it back
Yeah,
alive.
yeah,
God
man.
damn, these guys,
Yeah,
their
this.
atmosphere is wonderful, to be honest.
Yeah, man. Oh man. It'll be very insane. Let's see how that pans out. And unfortunately, guys, I don't think I'll be able to watch the game tomorrow. I just realized because I have class tomorrow at that time, which is really unfortunate. So,
It's gonna be
yeah,
at
that's
like for
going.
me, it's gonna be at 11:15, so it's perfect. You know,
Yeah,
perfect
yeah, it's great
time.
for you. Yeah, I guess you could come on tomorrow. You could give your thoughts. Hopefully, you can tomorrow
Yeah.
because I probably won't be able to watch. Okay. But yeah, man. Like I said, guys, I
If
think that's
we
been a.
lose, I'm gonna rant. I'm gonna rant like.
Yeah, me too. Me too. You know. And this is like something I love. Like, I think the thing, one of the things I love about fans is that they come on here regardless of win, lose, or draw, right?
Uh-huh.
And like that's the great thing is that like they're not like because I know there's some fans that don't come out like if their team loses, which is like so like
I
immature.
have I
Like,
have a I had a Juventus fan who constantly like replies to me. He was disrespecting Villarreal, and I told him like, "You better show up in VC when you lose." And when he lost, not only he didn't show up, but he completely logged out of Discord. He's no longer there.
wow, do I
Yeah,
know
like
him?
no. I don't think you know him.
Oh, okay,
It's from a
okay,
different
okay.
server.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought you were talking about like there's another Juve fan I know of, but I don't think you're talking about him.
It's not
But yeah,
Not Martin Rosario. It's the next
oh,
guy.
okay. But yeah, like I said, it'll be interesting to see what happens. And so, like I said, guys, very interesting. Of course, you guys, I did do predictions for the second leg videos. You guys can check it out. And if you guys want, I can also send a link on here if you guys want to participate on this fun gaming website, the predictor website, which is pretty cool. You can predict Champions League games, predict Europa League games, even Conference League as well. So I'll put the link. If you guys want me to join, please let me know. I'll send the link.
Anyways, whew. Anyways, I'm about to leave now, AD.
Yeah, we're about to end the stream now anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, thank you guys for coming on here. I do
All right.
appreciate it. We had a good turnout here, and yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for coming out, Kool-Aid.
Before we leave, don't forget to like and subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, I do appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, and make sure you turn notifications on so you guys can come on live streams, and make sure you guys share the video with your friends. Like I said, guys, if you guys could help, that would also really help the channel grow because, like I said, guys, we're on the precedence of 650 subscribers, which is great. So, like I said, guys, my goal is to get 1,000 by the end of the year, which we greatly appreciate indeed. So, like I said, guys, I thank you guys for taking the time out of your life to come on here. It's been a good stream, guys. And I think we're gonna wrap it up for today. So, hope you guys did enjoy. Comment down below your thoughts if you're watching the replay. Subscribe if you're new around here. Like this video as well if you did enjoy. Check out my email in the description below, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.